I wish we could speak about Gyake Quayson.
Actually, that's one of the concluding matters. So let's just let me do the questioning and you do that.
On Green Ghana, because I wanted to relate this to the Quayson case. But
okay, then if you want to draw linkages, then do it. Since it's still in the judiciary, then let's just go to.
I mean, last night I spent some part of my bedtime reading the 35-page ruling, and for the life of me, I couldn't look. Even before I got to the defendant's counsel, statement of case, I had thought that should be sensible, even though I'm not a lawyer. I mean, just the opening, I thought that, but for example, you make a case of the Australian, ruling, Australian court ruling, and you quote the exact provision that guided that ruling, that said that the person was not qualified to stand for elections. That's what the law says, that you are not qualified to stand for elections when you owe allegiance. And then you equate that to say you are not qualified to be an MP. I mean, and so I thought that, but that's not the same. They may be similar, but that's not the same. And so I wasn't surprised when I got to the, statement of case by the counsel of the first defendant, that the judge was making the case that you are not comparing like terms, because the texts, for example, if the framers of the Constitution wanted to debar anyone from standing elections to be elected as member of Parliament, they would have said so. But they did not say that you are disqualified from standing elections if you are not able to meet ABC. They said you are disqualified from being a member of Parliament.
Right.
And the processes leading up to election does not qualify you to be a member of Parliament. But, so sometimes I will just repeat that the judiciary should be guided by the ruling of Domelevo, the case involving Domelevo, and be encouraged and empowered to make rulings that make sense and that sit with the generality of the population, and not those kind of rulings that just leave you wondering whether you are a citizen based on your birth certificate or your passport. And so if you are not privileged enough to own a passport, then your citizenship can be questioned.
Very briefly, in just a few seconds, just tell me this. Are we, by these utterances, also suggesting, without saying, that when any particular party is in power, your party is in power, the judiciary plays along with you, and when his party is in power, the judiciary plays along with them? Is that the suggestion?
I haven't said so, and that's not what I am campaigning for. I am saying that the judiciary at all times must live above reproach. Its rulings must make sense and must be accepted by the generality of Ghanaians. Because you see, the law is a moral thing, and it
well, not necessarily. In fact,
it's not necessarily.
It has nothing to do with it.
No, it has morality.
Okay,
in
so
law has morality.
It has a bit of that.
So maybe I didn't put it back,
but a lot of the time, rulings are nothing.
The point I'm seeking to make is that the law stems from the people, and that's why the Constitution itself says that it should be dispensed in the name of the people.
It must be reflective.
It must be reflective of the thinking.
So.
Yes.
Quick thoughts on that. Quick thoughts.
I also think that, in all fairness, when you are taking any case to the Supreme Court, do double checking of the case you are taking. Because in all honesty, some cases did not merit going to the Supreme Court. And I can give many examples. And I think that the opposition party or the minority should also sometimes, I'm pleading with them, should double check what they want to go and present. Because some of the things, and I can cite one.
Are you saying they are sloppy? Is that what you're trying to say?
I wouldn't use the word sloppy, but I'll use the word double checking in the sense that you should be careful about your, checking your expectations, one, and then the end game. Do I really have a case? Does this case merit going there? And what is it going to do, if not just maybe for propaganda, what is it really going to do for us? And I think that the onus is on them in terms of their legal team, political strategy people, to come to terms with the fact that not all cases necessarily have to.
So the merits of every case.
Yes.
All right.